Let me start by telling you what we don't do in this company. Number one, we don't try to sell anything to our friends or relatives. We don't hold meetings in our home or anybody else's home, for that matter. We don't meet people in coffee shops, restaurants, or hotels. We do take only inbound calls from eager individuals. We do get paid on a daily basis, Monday through Friday, actually Monday through Saturday. And as you grow with our company, you'll be going to receive multiple checks per day. I'll explain a little bit how that works. And at a certain point, when you qualify for profit sharing, we do get paid for the rest of our life. Now, we use the second most powerful form of advertising, text message broadcasting. The most powerful form of advertising is, and will always be, word of mouth, but text message broadcasting is number two, because 98% of all text messages are read within 3 minutes after being received. The penetration to the prospect is huge. So what happens is people get the text message, which, by the way, we don't use our cell phones for that. We use a website. The text messages we send out, then they watch a video. At the end of the video, a phone number pops up, and then they call that number. They leave their name, their number, their degree of interest. Now, what then happens is the numbers appear on a website like this one here, just like this, okay? And people then rate themselves here. Now, let's take Monday, okay? I do a lot of advertising every Monday, so here you go. Monday was the 27th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's one more, actually. There's 11 right at the top. Missed one. Okay. So let's kind of show you the kind of people that call us here. Let's try this one over here. There we go.
Brown. Number is 1-406-399-3739 and 10.
Mm-hmm. That's high as well. Now, would you say that's a good lead or not so good?
She said 9 out of 10. You guys
she
said 10 out of 10 is the best.
She's a 10 is what she said.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, that'd be a good lead.
Let's try this guy.
Hello, my name is William Fry, F-R-Y. My phone number is 805-797-0999. Again, that phone number is 805-797-0999. And my degree of interest is a 10. I want to get started right away. You can call me anytime. Thank you very much.
Is that a good lead or not so good?
Good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, let's try this Brandon here, see what he says.
My name is Brandon Lojig. My number is 580-303-1353, and on my scale, I'm at a 10. Thanks.
Okay. Now, if we come to an understanding here and you join our company, Mike, you'll have the same kind of system as this right here, where people are calling in, okay? But there's one major difference. Initially, you won't be calling those people. Either Tim will or I will. We do all the interviews for you. When you first come aboard, as you listen in on a three-way call. When they come aboard, we put them on your team. A week later, you got a check in your mailbox for the full commission. You see? Now, any questions so far about the marketing system?
No.
Okay, what you're seeing here is a funnel. It's designed to take 100 people who are semi-interested and then condense them down to 10 people who are dead serious. You see, and that's what this does here. We're talking to people who are dead serious, who watch the video, know fully what we're doing here. The video covers everything, and they call and leave that information right here. Okay? Now, no matter how great the marketing system is, though, you've got to have a product that is a first-class product. I'm going to show you a couple of videos to show you what the product is all about. Now, we do not manufacture water purifiers. We manufacture water ionizers. There's a big difference. Now, there is a purification component to our machine. The water goes through a purifier, but then it enters a chamber where we run an electrical charge through the water. And depending upon the size of the charge, we can make the water very acidic to very alkaline. The very acidic is pH of 2.5, is used for disinfecting purposes. It kills 99.9% of all germs, bacteria, and mold within 45 seconds. In fact, this is why the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas just bought 10 of our machines to wipe down their salad bars, their buffets, keep the kitchen clean without using chlorine-based chemicals. So when you use chlorine-based chemicals in a buffet, guess what the problem is? It smells like chlorine. You see?
Right.
Kind of a turnoff. They don't use it anymore. Okay, then we have the pH water of 7. It's called beauty water. It's used on the skin. It's the same pH as oil of Olay. It cleanses, it tightens the skin and softens the skin. So we get into about 8.59, right in that range, 8.59. That's for drinking purposes. Now, are you aware that up until the industrial age, cancer was almost non-existent? Prior to the industrial age? Do you know why?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Why?
And it went all the crap in your water and your food and your FDA added stuff.
Oh, that's part of the reason, yes. Back then, people would drink out of wells and streams, and the water had a lot of dissolved minerals. The water always has a high pH, you see. It's alkaline, basically, okay? And it's been shown that it's virtually impossible for cancer to survive in an alkaline environment. Well, nowadays, people drink, like soda pop, for example. You know, Coke is 2.5 pH, slightly higher than stomach acid. Are you aware of that? You could take Coke, pour it on a corroded battery, it'll eat all the corrosion off. It's so acidic, you see? So all the stuff that people are drinking, the Gatorades and soda pops and all that, very, very acidic. Bottled water typically sits in a container for 1 to 3 years before it's actually drunk by somebody. It sits in a warehouse. And chemicals from the plastic seep into the water, so that's not good for you here. All right. Then finally we get into the highest pH, about 11.5, and that's for cleaning food. So I'm going to show you what this water can actually do. Here's a good example.
Let us see how this type of water affects human blood. The doctor is drawing blood from a patient's finger. Using a special microscope, we shall be able to see the condition of her body from this drop.
These are red blood cells, and they've lost their electrical charge, so they're all stuck together in a formation called a rouleau. Here's a huge symplast. Symplasts are associated with heart disease and arthritis and lung disease and many other conditions that could be coming in the future.
The doctor asks the patient to drink a small amount of structured water. After 12 minutes, the doctor again draws blood from the patient and studies it.
So you can see that the cells then become buoyant, they become slippery, and they have their electrical charge, so they repel each other. That allows them to carry oxygen, and it means that we're changing the pH of the blood back to an aerobic environment rather than an anaerobic environment. I think that's utterly amazing that just drinking water could do that.
Now, this is especially helpful for people who've had brain problems, brain injuries, strokes, because the blood cells are carrying tons of oxygen to the brain. And I'm going to show you what can happen here. This guy had a stroke. Watch this. Pull this over just a little bit.
My name is Jack Barnes. 3 years ago, I had a massive stroke. After the stroke, I was in a wheelchair and on so many medications that literally I would get lost in my own living room. A friend of mine insisted that I try this amazing water. After 1 gallon, my brain fog of 2 years was gone and has not returned, and that was 11 months ago. And believe me, with this water, it's a good idea to know how to get from the living room to the restroom.
Now, what he means by that, if you have constipation, this will absolutely take care of that. You'll have no problem going to the bathroom whatsoever. Now, the kind of water our machines put out is called Kangen water, which means return to origin in Japanese. It's like original water out of streams and wells, very alkaline and so on. Tell me something. What diseases are somewhat common in your family, or you or your family?
High blood pressure, heart disease.
All right.
Strokes.
Okay.
High blood pressure especially.
All right. High blood pressure.
I have it.
Okay. Let's see if I can find one here. Here you go. Let's see. Yeah, high blood pressure right there. Arthritis. Okay.
When I started drinking the Kangen water, I had been dealing with a very arthritic condition in my left ankle, along with gout. My blood pressure was very high, and I had gained a lot of weight. And I started drinking 1 ounce per pound for my body weight of the water, and within 4 months, I became 100% pain-free. Within the first month, my blood pressure normalized, and after the 4th month, when I became pain-free, the weight just began to fall off. And to date, I have lost 40.5 pounds without dieting or exercising, just adding the Kangen water to my regular routine.
Now, I have a weird question for you. Do I speak okay?
I mean, are you clear?
Yeah. Am I clear when I speak? Am I clear?
Yeah.
No problems?
No.
You see, back in March the 1st of 2015, I had a heart attack and a massive stroke myself. I was in Baptist Hospital here in South Miami for about 2.5 weeks. When I got out, because of the stroke, I had a hard time walking, but worse than that, my speech was heavily slurred. I have been drinking this water now for 23 months, and I have completely 100% recovered. This stuff works. It really does. Now, one of the things that our machines do when you run an electric charge through the water, you break the molecules up. It's called microclustering, okay? And what happens is the water is quickly absorbed into your tissues because the molecules are so small. One side effect of that is very, very good skin. And this is why so many people in the entertainment business buy our machines, because it makes them look good. Now,
Yep.
do you cook at home there, Mike?
I am the only person that cooks. I don't
Okay.
even cook in a restaurant in Pennsylvania. For my grandma.
Now, do you clean your vegetables before you cook? You wash them?
Yes,
You do. Oh man, I'm gonna show you something.
tap water.
I'm gonna show you something. Gonna open your eyes. Watch this. Cleaning food.
Now we're going to show you some other properties of the water that we can use for different purposes in your home. And what we're going to do is we're going to use some tomatoes here that I just got at the grocery store. So these are some Nature's Sweet tomatoes. And how do you normally clean your fruits and vegetables at home? You rinse them in the tap water, right? So we're going to take these Nature's Sweet tomatoes, and I'll try to pluck these out really quick. And you rinse them in the tap water, right? So we're just going to simulate that by pouring some tap water in here. You ladies didn't know you were going to do a little taste test today, did you? And we're going to take another bag of the Nature's Sweet tomatoes, and we're going to soak them in what's called strong Kangen water. And strong Kangen water is at a pH of about 11, 11.5. And the reason I put it in a black container is because three things affect the properties of the water. That is air, light, and movement. So we always store them in black containers when we make the water and we're going to use them. So we'll just soak some of the tomatoes with the 11.5 strong Kangen water. And while those are soaking, we'll let those sit there for just a minute. And we're going to take some, this is pure sesame oil. And we're going to take some sesame oil, and I'm going to show you while those are soaking what this water can do to the sesame oil. Now what happens, basic science, what happens when you mix water and oil? It doesn't mix, right? So notice how it's starting to separate. So watch when I take the same oil and put the strong Kangen water in there. What just happened? It emulsified, or it mixed the oil. So we're going to show you today with this water how you can use it for different purposes at home to clean your produce. You can also use it, put it in a black spray bottle like I do, and clean the house with it. So we're all concerned about the chemicals in our home, right? So we can now get rid of all those chemicals and make water that you can use as a degreaser, a cleaner, your 409, you can replace all of those. So let's go back to the tomatoes. How about that? So remember, these were soaking in the tap water and simulating how you clean them at home. And I'm just going to scoop them out of here and try not to make a mess. Okay. That's the tap water. We'll set them right there. And then we're going to do a little taste test. Are you ladies up for a taste test today? Okay, let's get the, I call these Kangen tomatoes. Now, notice the difference. So, you thought you cleaned your tomatoes in the tap water, right? But did you really? No. Notice what just came off the tomatoes. Everything. herbicides, pesticides, oxidation, anything that's on the produce, because they use oil-based pesticides that don't wash off in the rain. So guess what? Regular water doesn't have the ability to take those off, but Kangen water has the ability to take them off, just like it broke down the oil over here. So let's go ahead and let's pass these around. We're going to go ahead and have each one of you grab one of the Kangen tomatoes, I call them, and let's do a little taste test. Those are kind of big, so you might not want to bite them in half. I would just bite the whole thing, or you might get tomato on you. And so we're going to let them try the Kangen tomatoes really quick. Hey guys, I'm Italian, and I didn't used to like tomatoes. That's pretty sad, right? But guess what? I found out it wasn't the tomatoes I didn't like. It was what was on the tomatoes that I didn't like. So how's the tomatoes? Are they pretty sweet? Not too bad? Okay, great. So now we're going to go ahead and pass these around. And this is the tomatoes that how you normally clean them and how you normally eat them.
Watch your face on the right.
So let's see if we notice a difference, or who can notice a difference in the taste. Oh, you got to get a picture of these faces. Look at the face. Look at the difference in the taste. So that now you understand why I didn't like tomatoes. Like I said, it wasn't the tomatoes I didn't like. It was what was on the tomatoes that I didn't like. Everyone notice the difference? Absolutely. The first one was much better. The first one tasted more like you got it out of the garden, right? And it was natural and no pesticides, and it was sweet. Even the texture is a little different. And the second one, you guys, because guess what? You were eating the tomatoes with this on there. And that will definitely affect the taste. And guess what? When you clean your produce with this Kangen water, the strong Kangen water, your produce will last a week or so longer. So one of the other benefits of this technology and the different waters that we can make that you can use in your home for different purposes.
One final thing, I'm going to switch over to the money conversation, but I'm going to show you why we are truly the gold standard in this business here.
Really quick, I wanted to talk about the K8 from eNagic just because I understand that there are other videos out there that explain the SD501, which is still the flagship model. It's definitely really popular, but I have seen that this is growing in popularity just because it's the latest one, has the latest technology, it's touchscreen, so it's actually very easy to use. The biggest thing that I like about how convenient it is that it cleans itself. So it has a self-cleaning mechanism. Other than that, it's still going to make all the amazing waters that eNagic offers. It's going to make your Kangen water that's alkalized, has antioxidants, that is able to hydrate your body on a cellular level, right? As well as, of course, the clean water, which is neutral. It's really good for baby formula, good for people that are taking medication. And then beauty water is, of course, one of my favorites. Most people really love it because, for all you ladies watching right now, it's exactly what facial toner is. It's incredible for your skin. It's amazing as a leave-in conditioner for your hair. And let me tell you, it's gonna have your skin looking like you're glowing, right? So, very good stuff. But I know another very popular one is going to be the strong acidic water. Now, here's the thing. When you press this button, it's actually gonna make two different types of water. One is 2.5 strong acidic, which is basically a disinfectant. You can actually use it as an antibacterial disinfectant, cleaner. You can use it in your house, and it's safe. There's no harsh chemicals. But on the other hand, it's also going to make this other type of water, which is 11.5 pH. We call it strong Kangen. It's actually so alkaline that you can use it to emulsify oil-based pesticides off your fruits, off your vegetables. You can even use it as a degreaser in your kitchen, and let me tell you, it's going to out-clean your 409, your Mr. Clean. You can even throw in Mrs. Clean, okay? And there's no harsh chemicals in it. That's what's incredible about these machines from eNagic, these Kangen water machines, is you're not just getting drinking water. You're not just getting water that you can use for cooking, for drinking, for coffees and teas, but you're getting waters that you can use for many different areas of your life, being able to eliminate those chemicals, being able to save money not going to the store to buy face wash and toner and all this different stuff that we're buying on a daily basis. And not only that, but think about it, guys. We're buying water every single day, no matter what. It's something that everybody's using. Most people are overpaying for it, and the majority of them have no idea what they're actually putting into their body. That's why we love Kangen water, because it's so easy to educate people that this is it's not only better for your body, but it's better for our planet, and it's better for the bank account as well. And let me tell you, the K8 I love it. It looks great in the kitchen. It's compact and it's portable. So if you want to take a trip to, let's say, Vegas, or you want to go to Costa Rica for the week with your family, you don't have to worry about having to hit the store to go buy water for the entire family for that entire vacation. You can just bring your machine with you and know that you have good, clean, safe, healthy water for you, your family, your friends, any guests that you're hosting in your house. But this machine right here is not a water filter. I like to call it an LAD. It's a life-altering device. That's exactly why the company says change your water, change your life. This water is going to do some amazing things in many different aspects of your life, and I know the person showing you this video just genuinely cares about you and is excited to share this with you, because let me tell you this, the only thing that I regret is not getting my machine sooner. I love it, and it's helped my family in so many different areas. You know, for me, I've been an athlete my whole life. I've been very healthy, but the one thing that I noticed very quickly when I was drinking this water was I was able to sleep better. I definitely had more energy, especially at the gym. But for me specifically, I was suffering from really bad acne. And being able to clear up my skin, give me my confidence back, give me my self-esteem back, that was an absolute game changer. And so I'm excited to see what this machine, what this water could do for you and your family in the near future. But again, thank you so much for taking a look at this video. Like I said, not just one type of water. You're talking about one machine that makes 5 different types of water for you and your family.
Now, we do business in 131 countries around the world. I'm going to digress for a second. I'll come back to this. Let me show you more about the company itself here. First of all, here is our Better Business Bureau report. Enagic USA. Now, the company was founded in 1974 up in Japan. We entered the U.S. market in 2003. So we have 14 years of business. Okay. What's our rating over here?
A+.
Right. Now watch this. We have 300,000 plus customers in the U.S. Over the last 14 years, from 300,000 customers, how many complaints do we have right there? How many complaints? Total. You see it?
24.
That's less than 2 a year, Mike. Right? You had 24 complaints divided by 14 years, less than 2 a year. And I put that up against any company you could find. I mean, first-class companies, Apple, Microsoft, Hewlett-Packard, IBM, first-class companies, I'd wager they have more than 2 complaints a year. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and look at the kind of reports we're getting. Let's see here. I've had my Kangen Water SG501 machine for 5 years now, and I have nothing but amazing experiences with this company. Now, this is a big, long testimony here. I won't read that one so long. Here we go. Next one. Exceptional quality product and customer service. I could not be happier. Enagic is a great company that produces life-changing water from machines that help many people, including myself. Overall, great company and amazing products. Enagic USA is the easiest company I've ever worked with. I've always had excellent service, and everyone is extremely nice and very helpful. I'll do one more. Let's go to the next page here. Here we go. Excellent customer company, outstanding products, and customer service, verified reviewer. So you see these over and over and over again here. All kinds of reviews here, you see? So this is real. Now, we're not a small company. We're very, very large. These are some of our branches around the world. Here's our company, Enagic. This is our office in Hong Kong, Japan, Okinawa, Singapore, Taiwan, Korea, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, India. Now, in Mongolia, it's hard to find good office space. This is the best we could find in Mongolia there. Looks like a boarding house right there. Okay, here's Australia, USA. Now, this is our U.S. headquarters in Torrance. Like I said, we have 6 other offices in the U.S. We have Canada and Vancouver. It's Canada, Toronto, Mexico City, Brazil, Germany, Dusseldorf, Rome, Italy, Paris, France, Romania, Portugal, Russia, Moscow here. Now, these are not all of our offices. We have offices in places like Dubai, Shanghai, China. We have offices in places that you never even heard of. Have you ever heard of Mauritius? You ever heard of that place, Mauritius?
Yeah.
Where's Mauritius? Do you know?
I think it's in the south of Maine.
Where?
Are you talking about Mauritius, the restaurant company?
No, the place. The place.
Oh, Mauritius? No, I've never heard of it.
Mauritius is an island in the Indian Ocean. We have an office there. Or Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe is an island in the Caribbean Sea. Have an office there. Yeah.
You told me Diego Garcia. I could have named it because I've been there in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, it's a military base. Yeah, I know about that. I was in the Navy myself there, so I know all about that. All right. Yeah. Okay, so back to this here. So we have a first-class reputation here. We got the richest man in the world using our products, one of our customers. The richest woman in the U.S., Oprah Winfrey. We got the president, the previous president. I mean, we've got credibility coming out of our ears. Let's get into the income aspect of this thing here. Okay. So, any questions so far about this?
I got two.
Fire away.
All right, the first question, he has that system. It's actually hooked up to your tap water, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. The second one would be filter replacement or the platinum plate replacement. What is the average on
Well,
that?
first of all, the platinum plates replacement, you don't replace those. We're talking about platinum plated titanium plates. These things are designed and built to last 20, 25 years. I mean, I know guys had a machine for 11 years, never a problem. You know, platinum titanium, they last a long time. They don't rust. They're medical grade, so you'll never have to change those, okay? The machine we're talking about here, to clean them, you just push a button, and that's it. It cleans the whole thing by itself. You don't take it apart and all that kind of stuff and everything, right? Replacing the filter maybe like once every 6 months takes about 5 minutes. It's very simple. Okay, now, one thing I like about this company is for every time somebody joins your team, they buy one machine. That's it, okay? And it doesn't matter if you bring them in or somebody else brings them in, they cut an individual check. Now, what happens is as you grow up, your group begins to grow, you start getting multiple checks per day. Okay, now when you first look at this compensation fund, this looks like some kind of a multi-level marketing scheme. It's not, and I'll tell you why. Multi-level marketing companies, Michael, and network marketing companies require that every month to get a check, you have to buy their company's products or sell their company's products or pay some kind of a monthly fee to the company to get paid, right? We don't require that. Each of us gets one machine, and that's it for the rest of our lives. There's no auto shifts, no monthly purchase requirements, no annual fees, no renewal fees, no check fees, none of that nonsense. If it says $1,700, that's what you get in your check, $1,700, not a penny less. Now, the first two people to join your team, you're paid $340, but then you get paid $340 in overrides down through 8 generations. So what that means is you enroll Tom. Now remember, initially though, either myself or Tim will be doing all of your interviews, okay? So we enroll them for you. So we enroll Tom, you pay $340 a week later. Then Tom enrolls, by the way, the checks are mailed from our Los Angeles headquarters in the U.S. We have 7 regional offices: Honolulu, Los Angeles, Dallas, Orlando, Florida, New York City, Chicago, and Seattle. But LA, all the checks are issued from the LA headquarters. So if the sale is made on Monday, the checks are cut on Tuesday, mailed out on Tuesday. You're close to Nashville, I would say probably about 4 days later, you'll have the checks in your mailbox. Okay? All right. So you enroll Tom, you pay $340. Tom enrolls Mary, you get paid $340. Mary enrolls Bill, you get paid $340. Bill enrolls Sam, you get paid $340, and so on through 7 generations. Now, look at the top up here where it says 3 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 8 to 50, and so forth. You see it up there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this includes people that your team brings aboard also, not just you and your team combined. So when you and your team combine, have 3 to 10 people on your team, you're a 2A. That means you get paid twice the commission. So now you paid $680 per sale. You're paid $680 down through 7 generations, 8 generations, $340. Now, units 11 through 20, you're a 3A. You pay 3 times the commission. So 3 times $340 is $1,020 over here. You're paid $1,020 in overrides down through 6 generations, and then through 680 and 340. Now, am I going too fast for you, or are you with me here?
No, I'm all right.
Okay, very well. Okay. Now, when you have 21 to 50 people on your team, you're a 4A. So now you get paid $13.60 per sale. You're paid $13.60 in overrides through 5 generations, then 1,020, 680, and 340. And finally, when you have 101 or more people on your team, you're 6A. So now you, oh, I'm sorry, I missed one. When you have 51 through 100 people on your team, you're a 5A. You paid 5 times the commission, so it's $1,700 per sale. You're paid $1,700 in overrides through 4 generations, then 1,360, 1,020, and so on. And finally, when you have 101 or more people on your team, you're 6A. Now you're paid $2,040 per sale, 6 times 340. And you pay $2,040 down through 3 generations, then 700, 1,360, and so on. Now this position up here, where you have 101 people on your team, typically takes about 1.5 years to 6 years to achieve. Well, using a system that myself and my business partner Pete Cameron developed, it took us 4 months. Not 1.5 years to 6 years, 4 months. You see, the rest of the company utilizes a very different marketing system than we do. They use what I call the Tupperware party business model, where you make a list of your friends and family, invite them over to your house, they drink the water, you talk about health. It's a very slow and a very frustrating process. We don't do that. We use technology, text message broadcasting, screen sharing. Now think about this for a second, Mike. If I was sitting in your living room right now talking to you about this, you'd be looking at my computer screen and hearing my voice, right?
Yep.
What are you doing right now, this minute? You look at my computer screen and hearing my voice, correct?
Yep.
Now, when you have 101 people in your team, at that point you go into phase 2 of the compensation plan. And this is where the numbers start getting much, much larger. So here you are, you're a 6A over here on the left. You have 101 people in your team. Now let me show you how this company is. We joined, now Pete and I are business partners. He's up in New Jersey, I'm in Miami, Florida. And we joined together on May the 7th of 2015. Well, come September, 4 months later, we're closing in on 100 people on our team, okay? Well, the company's policy is that in order to move up to the next level, you have to qualify for that position by the last day of the previous month, okay? So come September 30th, we have a lot of orders going in, all kinds of things happening here. Now, the New York office is one we work out of here. We send all our paperwork in New York and so forth. Or actually, it's all done online now. And they close at 5 o'clock. Well, that day, they sit open until 10:30 at night to make sure all of our orders were recorded for the month of September. We moved up. Then they call us at our home to commend us for moving up. Now, how many companies would stay open 5.5 hours later to help you get promoted? I know that. I was very, very impressed, to say the least. Okay? So then we got a $3,000 bonus a couple weeks later. Now, we $200 per sale below the 8-point level. Now, let me back up a little bit here to explain how this works. Okay, the company pays us a maximum of 8 points, and each point is worth $340. Okay, here we go. 1 second here. Okay, so we give you $340 per sale times 8 sales. That's how much, at the level I am, I get paid per sale, $27.20, and I made 4 sales in 1 day. Okay. Now I really shouldn't say sales. I guess 4 enrollments in 1 day, because all I do is I describe this program to the person, and I say, is this something that you're part of? So in reality, you're really just describing it. That's all you're doing. It's like when you go to a hamburger place, and they say, do you want French fries with your hamburger? You say yes or no. They describe you the meal. Then you say, I want this with a meal or that with a meal. That's the same thing here. We describe what we're doing, and they decide if we want to be part of it or not. There is zero pressure involved here, none. Okay, back to this. So here you are now. Your 6A get $3,000 bonus. You get $200 override per sale below the 8-point level until another 6A comes along with 100 people. And then you still get $50 per sale to the next 3 6As. Now, 3 6As here are 300 people, okay? At that point, you're looking at anywhere from 5 to 15 sales a day. Well, even then, at $50 a override for 5 to 15 a day, that's $250 to $750 a day. So that's a pretty good amount of overrides there. And plus, you get $4,000 a month and then bonuses every month for the first 6 months. Now, how do you get the $4,000 bonus? You do 3 sales yourself for the month. Mike, I've done 4 sales in one day. 3 sales for the month is a piece of cake. And your team does 27 remaining sales for a total of 30. Here comes a $4,000 bonus. Now, when you have 2 people on your team who have 100 people each, you're 6A2, you have 201 or more people here, you get a $6,000 bonus. You get the same bonus as before, below the 8 levels. Now, for each 6A, you get $500 per month ongoing, not one time every month. That's $1,000 a month total. And I'd be willing to bet, Mike, that would probably cover your car payment and your grocery bill. True or false?
True.
Okay. Now the pressure is starting to diminish in your life here, your financial pressures. Okay, so you got 2 groups now, your next level, 6A2-2. You have 2 groups. Each group has 2 6As. You have 401 or more people in your team. You get a $12,000 bonus. Now, I can ask you something. At the job that you were doing, did you do a good job? The job you're doing right now, do you do a good job?
I've been doing a good job for 27 years.
Okay. So when is the last time the company gave you a $12,000 bonus? It's been a while?
Never happened.
Well, it's been a long while, huh? Like never? Okay. All right. Now you get the same bonus as before, below the 8 levels. Now you have 4 6As here. You get $500 a month each. That's $2,000 a month. And I'd bet that would probably cover your house payment. True or false?
Yep.
No more house payments to worry about. Now your pressure is coming down. Okay, now the next one's a big one. You have 2 groups in your team. Each group has 3 6As, 3 leaders, with 100 people each. You have 601 or more people in your team. You get a $25,000 bonus. The same bonus as before, below these levels. Now you have 6 6As, 500 a month each. That's $3,000 a month. And I would wager that would probably cover all of your bills. True or false?
True.
But now profit sharing kicks in. Now, when I say profit sharing, we're not talking about profits from your team. We're not going to talk about a percentage of the profits of the entire company. Okay, we're doing almost $2 billion a year in revenues from 131 countries around the world. So it's $35,000 a month starting, plus $5,000 a month for the rest of your life, ongoing. Now look at the next page over here, and I want you to read the sentence. These incomes. Read that sentence, please.
And be willed to a family member or members.
Yeah. So if something ever happens to you, money goes to your kids. You're married, right?
No, I'm divorced.
Okay. All right. Well, the money goes to your kids then. You have kids?
Yeah, I have 4 in Michigan.
Well, there you go. All right. Very well. Now, I'm not going to go through all the next levels, but I'll go to the bottom one. Let's see you want to go this far. And this is not going to happen overnight. We're looking at realistically somewhere around 4 to 8 years. 6A2-8. You have 2 groups. Here, let me make this bigger so you can see it. Okay. You have 2 groups who have 8 leaders in each one with 100 people. You have 1,600 people altogether, 1,601. What's your bonus right there, Mike?
$800,000.
Yeah. Look at the profit sharing. Okay, you have $8,000 a month over here. You have 16 6As, 500 a month each. Look at the profit sharing when it starts at. How much?
$150 a month.
Right. How about what you pay for the rest of your life? Right there.
$80,000.
Now, would you say these numbers here in this chart are pretty good?
Yeah.
Now, the question people ask me all the time is, Don, are there really people in this company making that kind of money? And the answer is emphatically yes. And I'm going to show them to you right now. Pull this up over here. I'm logging into the company's website. Okay, here we go. go over here to top players. Now this is top players in the U.S. here, okay, not the whole world. Now to hit the top level, remember, you have to have 16 leaders, 2 groups with 8 leaders apiece. This guy here, he's got 36 leaders. He's got 9 groups of 6 leaders each. This guy's got 40 leaders over here. She's got 48. He's got 50. You see it right there? Okay, she's got 16. Remember the guy with the tomatoes, Bob Gradelli? That's him right there. He's got 36 leaders here. These people's incomes range from $2 million to over $7 million a year. Now, I realize, talking to the guy who lives up in Tennessee near Nashville, that $2 million to $7 million a year is not a lot of money to you, but that's a lot of money to me. Right. Now, there is something you need to know, though, Mike. I'm being very serious now. There is travel involved in this business. I want you to understand that. You have a problem with that?
Yeah. No, I even had just renewed my passport.
Okay. There's daily travel. Like when I finish this interview with you, I'm going to be traveling over to the kitchen and have lunch. See? And then tonight, I'll be traveling over to the family room watching television. So there's travel, but it's very short distances. Now, can you handle that?
All right, you got me. Go ahead.
All right. Now, the floor is yours. What questions do you have for me?
Actually, I haven't even counted them yet. So this is like, I just walked into the house where I'm packing. I'm going to count these really quick. 1, 18. So there's 18 checks in here, and we were gone 4 days. 18 checks in 4 days.
So look at how many checks there are here. Look at this. And these have not been opened. You can see the back of the check. They're still, these are all closed, this pile right here. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't want to count all these, but you can see there's quite a few unopened.
Jeez.
Holy smokes, that's not even all of them, I don't think. Holy moly. There's got to be like 30 here. Hold on, let's see. Oh, one more. And then something from my mortgage company or whatever. And just so you guys don't think this is the same batch of checks I was showing you yesterday, or in that picture that I took on my desk, I'm going to go up to my house and I'll show you. Speed the video up for a second. Alright guys, back at my house. So, here's my office. We're going to go in there shortly. Sorry right now. There's that stack of checks from yesterday, or the other day that I showed in the picture. That's these. These are all the new ones from today. I don't even know how many's here. It's crazy.
ATM machine, and it's printing out. I just put probably like 200 Kangen water checks in. I'm not kidding, in the ATM machine. I don't know if people think I'm filming them. And you can see that it's a Magic. I'm covering up my address. Magic, Kangen water. These couple checks I didn't put in. Actually, there's 20,000 right here. This is my receipt coming out of the ATM machine from my Kangen water checks that I just deposited from probably maybe about like a couple weeks. I mean, I don't even keep track of it. It's insane. I'm not complaining. It's a good problem to have. So I'm going to stand here and let my cute little hubby get my receipt out. I'm just taking this video for my business because I work for Kangen Water and they send us like 200 checks in a couple weeks. Like every day we get these checks.
That looks like a good business to me.
Oh, it's phenomenal. He just said that looks like a good business to me. Phenomenal. Okay, so this is Peter getting my receipt out of the ATM machine. I'm not even kidding you. This is insanity. I don't even know how many checks there were. We can count, but there had to be at least like 200 of them.
Yeah, and I've only been doing this for about a month. I'm going to fast forward this video of me sorting my mail to save some time, but This was me checking my mailbox after only 30 days in the program. That's it, just 1 month. Imagine getting this in the mail every day. 11 checks in the mail. Here's a little bit of the second video I made a few weeks later. We're going to speed this up again to save a little time, but the checks I was getting at this point were ranging from $285 all the way up to $2,700 each. Now, as you work your way through the ranks in the system, which happens pretty quickly with the system we have in place for you, the checks come in faster and the amounts on some of them can get pretty big. Again, these were ranging from $285 all the way up to $2,700 each. That day in my mailbox, I even spread all the checks out on the floor. Look at this. I had saved all my checks, and at the 90-day point, I spread them all out on the floor and made one more video. Let me show you a short snippet of that one. That's about 130 checks that were mailed to me in the first 90 days. At this point, my checks ranged from $285 all the way up to $2,700 each. Now, I wanted to show you the proof of how I did with this program right out of the gate. Those checks started coming in from day one. And remember, I'm not a computer whiz or some technical guru. I mean, I used to work in a concrete plant, remember? The systems we've got that you're about to get did all the hard work for me, just like they're going to do for you. So you can start getting checks in your mailbox like this right away.